Okay, so we're gonna try and get the sway bar put on the Firebird tonight and make sure that the big tires fit, with the new axle being an inch wider than the old one. I'm concerned about clearance issues with the fender right there. So we're gonna try and do that tonight, and then we might go try and make a final hit on the street for the year tonight and see where it's at. Sway bar is in and hooked up. Painted the U-bolts so they'll look like the rest of the axle. Yeah, hopefully that'll make it handle a little bit better going around corners. Not that I'm taking them super fast, but I'm sure it'll make a difference. Looks real nice down there. I'm happy. Alright, we're setting back on the floor. We got the sticky tires on. Man, this thing looks good with those. I just can't get over it. I like those wheels. They look good on there. I want to get some matching ones for some front runners eventually. Just got to get some stuff out the back here, and then we will go for a little cruise. Make sure the wheels and tires don't rub on the fender too much. And then we might go and make a hit. So I'm going to take my Dragy in the house and get it charged up, just so that I can do that later. But yeah, that's going to be probably a pretty short video tonight. Maybe 1 or 2 hits. We'll see. I might, if everything goes well driving around, the tires aren't rubbing or anything, I might make a hit where it's at right now, everything's the same, and then come home, turn the timing down just a little bit, like 4 degrees. It's at 42 degrees and it's locked out. I might turn it down to like 38, see if that makes a difference. Let's grab the Dragy out. Dragy, air pressure gauge. We'll air our tires down right now before we go in and eat supper. So if you're trying to have a drag racing car, this is one of the most helpful tools. It is relatively inexpensive. I don't remember, I think it's about $250. This one was more because I got the 1320 video edition. I tried to enter in one of their giveaways. Didn't win. But anyway, this thing is very helpful in giving you data on your quarter-mile times. Fairly accurate. Yeah, between passes you can be very consistent with this, and it helps you know if what you're doing to your car is making improvements or not. And yeah, where I'm at in the world, it's kind of hard to get satellite signal for this thing every once in a while, but for the most part it works very well. Let's air down these tires. They should be about 30 psi right now. Might be a little bit lower than that due to it being a whole lot colder than when I set them, but they should be around 30. I want them at about 25. So yeah, we're hold on. There we go. So we're sitting at what, about 28? Closer to 25 than I thought it would be. Let's see. Okay. It's a little over 25. Alright, that should be right on 25. We'll go around and check the other side. After we put this cap back on. Push the jack out of the way. Not going to need that for a little while. I really got to get that 355 there on the engine stand and start working on cleaning it up. I'd like to try and build it and sell it before I have to start pulling my motor out of this thing and start working on that. planning on doing quite a few upgrades. Yeah, right there. Just a little high. So, alright. Right there at 25. Go ahead and put this cap back on. Plan on doing quite a few motor upgrades as well as transmission upgrades to this car this winter. Got a few parts in already. Let's see. Right there, this box here is a Monster in a Box kit from Monster Transmissions. It's good for about 650 horsepower. That's going to be going in the transmission, as well as a Transgo shift kit. I have a Transgo shift kit in this transmission, and it worked really, really well until this thing started spitting the torque converter out of the front, and that's an issue I'm going to deal with at another time. But with that Transgo shift kit, you can make it so that it's full manual. It's not it doesn't change the valve body to a constant pressure valve body like buying a TCI valve body would, but it retains normal shift pattern. It's just that it's full manual, so you no longer need the governor gear in the back to determine your shift points. So we're going to try that, see if that helps with when the transmission is not shifting from second into third when I want it to. I got a Melling high pressure, not high volume oil pump with a billet gears inside. It's not the highly expensive Melling all billet oil pump. I would love one of those, but they're not in the budget right now. So that's what I got. I'm gonna put that in there. It's got a Melling pump in it currently, but it's just a standard volume, standard pressure pump, and it's not quite what I'd like it to be. So I'm gonna try this one and see if this will make me happy. Gotta put that master cylinder on yet. What else over here is going on? I've got a bunch of bearings and piston rings in here. I'm really excited for this. This is a Milodon 4-bolt main conversion kit. So if you have a normally just a factory 2-bolt main block, you can buy this from Milodon, and it converts your 3 center main caps into splayed 4-bolt main caps. And I've seen it said online, and we'll see how true it holds, that if you install one of these kits with the matching upgrades internally, a stock 2-bolt main block can be good to 1,000 horsepower. But I am not going to be putting 1,000 horsepower to my engine anytime soon, but I am planning to hoping to get around 600. Probably not this spring, but fairly soon. I want to put some nitrous to this motor after I rebuild it. But that's what we got going on over here. Got some more parts up here. These are, I don't know if it says on the outside of the box. Nope. These are Brodix aluminum cylinder heads. They're the Dragon Slayer series. They're 225 cubic inch intake runner with a 64cc, or not cubic inch, sorry, cc intake runner, and a 64cc combustion chamber. So those are going to go on to replace the IK200s, just because they got a bigger intake runner, bigger valves. They're made so you can have a coolant bypass that pulls coolant from between the center cylinders with the Siamese exhaust valves. So you install a bypass underneath your thermostat, and it'll go to a threaded part right in here on the head, as well as I'm going to run a line back to the very back to get as much coolant out of there and cool the engine as much as possible. Keep it from getting too hot. Yeah, that's kind of what's going to be going on here eventually. Right now I'm going to go inside and get something to eat, just charge my draggy up, come back out and see if we can't make a couple pulls in Mexico tonight.